Welcome back to Ancient Class. My name is Ancient. Let's watch this video and raise our vibrations.
Let me say something that might shake you a little. You don't receive what you pray for. You receive what you believe yourself to be. You can say all the right affirmations. You can quote all the scriptures. But if your self-concept still vibrates on the level of unworthiness, life mirrors that back to you. The universe, and more importantly, the spirit realm, doesn't respond to words alone. It responds to identity frequency. And your identity always speaks louder than your vocabulary. Every outcome in your life right now is proof of what your subconscious believes you deserve. Not consciously, but subconsciously. That's where your identity lives. You may consciously want abundance, but subconsciously, you believe you're just getting by. You may consciously want love, but subconsciously, you expect rejection. You may consciously want breakthrough, but subconsciously, you identify as someone who's always almost there. See, identity creates the ceiling of your experience. And until you change who you are being, you keep recreating what you already have.
So, in basic terms, he's just saying you need to find inner and outer balance. That's just it. You just need to balance yourself. Whatever the conscious mind is saying, the unconscious mind should be in sync. It's you can think it, but the next thing is, well, your emotion is the fuel. You have to feel it as well. We've heard it loads of times, but it doesn't mean that you have to feel it for like 5, 10, half an hour, an entire day to be in that blissful state. No, you have to just feel it. How would it feel for you to be rich or anything that you're looking to manifest? How would you feel in that moment? It's how you feel, not how he feels, me feels, she feels, they feel. It's your personal joy or whatever emotion it is. Nothing else. So if it feels that way to you, it feels that way to you. There is no wrong and right. That's what you want. That's raising your vibration.
Proverbs 23:7 says, "As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he." Notice it doesn't say as he wishes or as he prays or as he hopes. It says as he thinketh in his heart. Your heart is the seat of identity, and what you carry there broadcasts continuously. That's your identity frequency.
Exactly. Exactly. Matthew 7, verse 7, 7, 7, look up 7, 7 in numerology and check angel number 7, 7 and see what it brings. They know what they do when they put it right there. Ask and you shall receive. Ask and you shall receive. The next bit in the Bible that says faith as small as a mustard seed can move mountains.
Even Jesus operated from this principle. He didn't just believe he had authority, he embodied it. So sickness, demons, and storms recognized his frequency before he even spoke a word. So here's what I need you to catch. God can pour all the blessings in the world toward you. But if your identity is tuned to lack, they'll bounce right off. Why? Because your spirit must agree with what heaven's sending. The frequency of I am not enough cannot receive what belongs to I am complete. That's why transformation always begins with identity. You don't earn blessings. You expand into them. Your world upgrades the moment your self-concept upgrades. Let's activate that shift right now. Put your hand over your heart and repeat after me. My identity is aligned with divine truth. I am who God says I am, not who life taught me to be. I receive from the level of my wholeness, not my wounds. I vibrate on the frequency of favor, faith, and fullness. You feel that? That's your energy recalibrated. Your nervous system is learning safety in a new level of identity. You can't fake frequency, but you can reprogram it by agreeing with what heaven says about who you are. When you walk in the revelation of identity, doors open differently. You stop chasing opportunity. Opportunity recognizes you. You stop trying to qualify. You realize you already are. The key is this. Every time you pray, act, or decree, make sure it's coming from the version of you who already believes it's possible. Because you don't receive beyond your identity. You receive according to it.
Yes, there's a lot of truth to what he's saying. Yes, leave your comments down below.
In order to get out of earth, you got to balance, right? You got to mix your masculine with your feminine, right? And if, when you do that, you realize that there's no
That's
straight.
transgenderism.
No,
And
no,
that's,
no straight.
so you're saying a man and a woman are the
You
same?
know what I'm saying? A man and a woman belong together, but it's inside of you. Everything on the outside project, but everything is truly within. That's what I'm
No, that's wrong.
Yeah.
And a man and a woman has
Yeah,
to
it's
be
from within, gang.
Wait, what's your definition of a woman?
I don't know. But for female, I get that the female energy, and that's Sophia. It should be loving, kind, giving. I get that from
What's he's talking about with the Sophia energy, that's going back to Gnostics to know. Sophia is the energy that created the being that you might know him as, in Gnostics we call him Abraxas, the demiurge. You might know him, now this is controversial, when you go into religion, you know him as Yahweh or the Almighty or Jehovah. That's him. He is the B-Tech version of what the Almighty God is, because Sophia is a being created by the one, the perfect God, the perfect being who doesn't need prior. But what he's trying to say now to these people when he said that, look, you have to get the masculine and feminine energy in alignment in your body to move on. Yes, we all have masculine and feminine energy. This guy's looking at man and woman, but the thing is that this, whoever that guy is around the table or whatever, the anchor guy, whoever the hell he is, the host of the show, he's trying to downplay the knowledge. Not because they act like that, because remember, their job is to keep the system going. He's saying, oh, well, you say a transmission thing. No, it doesn't mean that he doesn't know, but his job is to make him look stupid and make you doubt what he's saying. But it doesn't mean that the message isn't right. The message is right, but he's just trying to play stupid. He's trying to downplay him to make it looks like what he's saying doesn't make any sense.
man, which is a bad energy, which is the opposite of that, all right? But you need both to align in order to get out of this earth. But this earth is a prison. So you can't get out of here with nobody else's body, so you gotta align them both within your own body. You gotta align your masculine and your feminine inside one, and align everything, and realize you already, and you trap, and you get out of this earth.
Do not do any of that. Do not listen to anything he's
So fuck a bitch,
No.
and fuck a kid, and fuck a mama,
No.
and fuck a daughter.
You just said F kids? What
Yeah, kid, because a kid can really be an old or to destroy you. You never know. You never know. So you never know. Listen, let me tell you something. There's a child. She was 3 years old. So her mama, she was 3. She said, I died before I knew. They said, no, you ain't died. She said, I did die. I know me. They said, well, take me to your body. They took her to the body. The body of it. So how the f you find that body? Said, that body's me. Said, no, that ain't you. Well, I know. They took him to the man. Said, hey, you. He said, yeah, I locked him up forever. You telling me we ain't been reincarnated?
I've heard this before.
It's true.
I do think
He's coming from, that's the same thing. He's coming from Gnostic knowledge when he says that the earth is a prison. When you read like the secret book of John and things like that, you find that yes, the earth is a prison and this is a meat suit to trap our souls in. According to the Gnostics, when you die, when you transition, and you all heard about, you get judged. You meet these beings and the archons, they're the prison wardens, and the demiurge, and I quote, the demiurge, he's more like the warden, and yes, the archons, they're the prison, they're the guards. So when you transition, they approach you and they're going to use every tactic. You wouldn't believe what they would do. Anything to get you to come back, to reincarnate, to keep the system going as what it is. So they might use something and say, you know that when you were like 3 years old, remember when you stole that candy? Or say you were 7 and you stole that candy and you hurt that child, and you're going to feel it. Your emotion, you're going to feel it. You're like, you need to sort that out because You left bad karma right there. That individual is hurting. It brought them PTSD up until they was age 40. They never got over it. They never trust anyone. And you're going to be like, oh yeah, I feel bad. They're like, okay, yes. So what you're going to do, you're going to go back. I'm going to give you this life and you're going to get the lesson again. But before you go back, we're going to wipe your memory. So you forget everything. What's the purpose of that? You don't have to come back. You shouldn't even come back. This is according to the Gnostics, this is a B-Tech version of what Earth should be. There is a better version, way better version. Now, I haven't read so far where I've read that what the better version does offer. But they're saying that we're in a trap right here, and the so-called when you die, you get judged. Don't sign up for getting no judge. Move on. Move on.
Something, maybe you could be reincarnated as like punishment. You know,
Listen,
maybe
ain't no,
you
yeah,
don't
it's
have
punishment.
hell.
It's punishment
You might
for
have
not.
to go through life.
Oh, it's punishment for not following the rules on Earth. There's only 2 rules on Earth that people don't follow, and you can get you out of Earth. It's 2 rules. You can have whatever you want. I'm looking right in the camera. You can have whatever you want. It's 2 rules. 1 rule, you can create whatever you want, as long as whatever you create don't hurt nobody. Rule number 2, you can create whatever you want, as long as what you create don't stop nobody. You follow them 2 rules, have whatever you want on Earth.
He's trying to play stupid. Look at him. Don't think they don't know the truth. These people are agents. They're all agents.
The universe will find ways to force you to sit down when you are out of alignment. It doesn't always have to be something crazy either. It could be like you getting a cold and having to separate yourself from other people, you being exhausted and having to force your body to get rest, an injury that happens that keeps you out of being able to go to work, messing up your car or getting in an accident or some type of something that messes up your transportation that forces you to have to stay in one spot. It could look like any of these and more, because half of the time that these things happen, you get the forewarnings like, maybe I need to sit down and rest. Maybe I need to take time to myself. Maybe I need to realign, and you're not doing it. So the universe is going to find a way to force you to do that. And half the time you're not going to like it. Like me personally.
That is true. There is a lot of truth to this. This has happened to me. And I guarantee this has happened to you as well. When you were forced, such as like an unknown illness just comes on you or an unforeseen circumstance happens. And then you got to sit down. You got to keep yourself at home. And then you go into oneness. You start going in. You start doing random stuff like watching one of these YouTube videos or reading a book, something. And then it just starts to take you down a rabbit hole of becoming the best version of yourself. You start finding out some weird things just to make sure it recalibrates you, put you back into equilibrium, putting you back into balance, putting you back into alignment. These things happen. These are safeguards that was put in place by you for you.
I've been out of alignment for a little minute now, and I'm spiritually aware enough to notice when I am. I haven't been meditating the way I should. I haven't been finding healthier coping mechanisms the way that I should. I haven't been in alignment at all. So recently something just happened to me that forced me out of nowhere to just have to sit down. Like nothing but time to reflect and go inward and do all the things that I've been needing to do for myself and haven't been doing. I'm not able to go to work. I'm not able to drive right now. Like anything that I need to do that requires me running around and not sitting with myself, I can't right now. I have not been taking.
That's crazy, not being able to drive but shooting a video inside a car. Yeah, the universe does work wonders.
The time to ground myself, and I am literally now being forced to. I'm also a heavy Scorpio placement, and anybody who is one knows that our life is just full of constant deaths and rebirths. So I'm well aware when I know I'm being sat down or having to face the consequences for not following directions. You can also start messing up your abundance and your manifestations when you're out of alignment. I noticed it because certain opportunities that I had even started going away or just not working out, or I would miss it by like a split second. And I'm like, what is going on? This is not how things usually go for me. And this is just a result of you not being in your lane the way you're supposed to be. So please take it from me when I say, if your body is calling for you to realign yourself, to ground yourself, to meditate, to take time alone, whatever you need to do not wait until it gets to the peak of everything going on to where life has to literally sit your ass down to make you do it. Just do it on
Yep.
your own.
I actually co-signed this video. I agree with everything she has said in that video. Now, if you didn't know, now you know.